I'm trying so hard not. Oh,
I went to talking to this.
I
Right?
guess we are.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you see it in my skin?
Oh God, you're glowing. You sent me pictures yesterday, and you were glowing.
Yeah, I know.
And I think that's one thing that people notice. Because someone else said to me, like literally recently, like I just noticed you had a glow back to you, and I knew something had changed.
If people do not know, I am divorced.
I am also divorced.
And we're two divorced girlies just having a chat.
Yeah.
Why are we doing this?
I think to spread awareness.
Yeah.
And like normalize experiences, educate.
The thing is, divorce happens.
Yeah. It's a reality.
It's a reality, and if we're not talking about it, the audience isn't just for other divorced women.
Yeah.
Like, the audience is for anyone who wants any insight into what divorce can look like.
Even relationship advice. Like if you're at the stage where you want to get married and you're like, when you get married, the last thing you think is, I'm going to be divorced.
Who thinks
does that? No one thinks
Who's like,
that.
I get to tick it off my bucket list.
It's actually the last thing that you want. You go
Nobody
into it
plans this.
If you go into your marriage thinking it's going to be a forever thing.
Of course.
So like if you want it to be a forever thing, you have to also, have the right tools.
Even if you ever get into a marriage and you're like, oh, this is a possibility that things might not go the right way.
Yeah.
You always will have that, but it will.
Yeah.
Because it's a marriage.
Yeah.
And people work things out.
Yeah.
And you can never for a second think that this is actually going to be your reality one day.
Yeah.
Like, you don't wake up one day and you're like, I'm going to be a divorced woman.
Yeah.
Okay. So it happens. It's a reality. And we want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because we're talkers.
Yeah. We're yappers. But also there's a strong, like, I think Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala always gives people certain life experiences because he knows that they have certain skills to be able to vocalize it and to empower other people, not empower them to make divorce, but empower them to be more educated about certain things. Like I feel like that's our divine purpose.
Yeah.
So, I guess that's also why we're doing it, to empower other people with information and education.
And if there's anything, like, divorce is such a isolating experience.
Mm-hmm. It's a normalized kind of suffering. It's a normalized kind of drowning.
It's a suffering. And like, when I say divorce, I mean like not just like I've made the decision to get divorced. I'm going to get divorced. Mm-hmm. The lead up to that. Yeah. The reasons for it.
Yeah.
All of that. Like
the traumas.
If you're even thinking about it, if it like crosses your mind, this is to say that it's happened and you're not alone.
Yeah.
Like, we know what that feels like. And if it gives any solace, like if you're in that position, even if you're just quietly, you're quietly feeling it, it's okay. Like,
we've been there
and
seen it, like within our collective experience, seen a lot of things, and alhamdulillah, we're on the other side.
Yeah. And it's possible.
It's possible to be on the other side and not lose every fundamental part of yourself. Because I think that's the fear when you leave, is like, that's it, my whole life is just to ashes now.
Yeah, I have to start again.
Yes, but this is evidence that it's not.
I think one thing that really, really helped me is my psych. Mm-hmm. Love her.
Yeah, same.
She really made things, like, she gave me a step-by-step, because we were talking about emotions. Yeah. And how when you're in that state, obviously you're not functioning from a place of like decision making. You're functioning from a place of emotion. So if there's anything that's to sway you to either go and leave, like you don't even trust yourself.
No. Yeah.
Like, it got to a point where I did not trust my own mind. Mm-hmm. Am I feeling these? I'm feeling these feelings. Do I even have a right to feel these feelings? Yeah. And she really just step by step, she gave me this is what you do first. And it really helped just make.
Did she make you do a pros and cons list?
She did make me do a pros and cons list. Yeah. Actually, our marriage counselor made us do a pros and cons list. I already had one. Yeah.
When it gets to that stage. This is also to keep it real, that it is hard, that it's not an easy decision to make, that it is painful and it's emotionally draining. But if you do it in a faith-centered way, and you do it like aligned with your fitra and like your intention.
If you're leaving for the right reasons,
yes,
and every decision you make is
guided by that,
by your faith,
you
can't go wrong.
No, yeah.
Like one thing for me was like choose. Like my psych was saying, choose your heart. Choose your heart. Okay, what's my heart? My heart. Like it's not easy starting your life over again.
No,
it's not easy booking a removalist. Actually, like packing your things.
Yeah.
I was so depressed when I was
a language.
Moving out of a home that you had built.
Yeah. Oh my God. We were talking about this, but like people don't realize when you go through it, you're also forsaking all of your wifehood.
Yes.
Right? And that can
you're
be
letting
having your own place, having
the
your
ring
own
that I loved.
You're like, it's not, yes, it's an emotional thing, but you lose the physicality of your life. You're relinquishing and if your home base isn't the safest place for you either, you're also accepting going back into a situation.
And that's a whole other
thing. That's a whole other consideration.
So now you're going through a divorce, but then you're also trying to navigate like family dynamics as well.
All over again.
That's all part of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
can feel like regression on so many fronts.
Divorce is not just leaving, it's like going back to family dynamic, dealing with family as well.
Yeah.
Like that's all part of the package.
Yes.
It's all difficult.
Yeah.
And we acknowledge that.
Yes.
We're here. We're going. Oh, I'm still in my iddah.
Yeah.
Because mine's 3 months. So deferring like on your sheikh, speak to your sheikh about it. Yeah. Choose a good one and go with them and just do what they tell you. But take different opinions. Because
learn what the different opinions are.
Like big misconception for me. And I was told by a lot of people that if I wanted a khula, so not a talaq, a khula.
Yeah, which is when you ask
for the divorce.
Yeah, when the female asks.
Very different to a talaq.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I would have to give my mahar back. And I was fully ready to give my mahar back. I was like, cool, this is happening. But then my sheikh told me that that's optional. That's a choice. Well, actually, he told me don't give it back.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's a misconception. You don't have to give it back.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, why don't we learn this?
Yeah.
Why does no one teach us this?
Yeah. Like, why are you learning about it while you're on the job?
Yeah.
Yeah, my iddah was only a month and my divorce was all the way in August.
Yeah.
So I've been out of it for a while. It's been almost four whole months.
Alhamdulillah. I just passed my 1 month.
Yeah.
So mine's in October. So it's been 1 month. So it's very, very fresh and I'm still very much in like the thick of it. But I think maybe that's also, it's important to talk about it when you're in this stage as well.
Yeah.
Because
you have the active lived experience and you're going through and marinating on thoughts live.
Yes.
Which is a very different perspective to what you might have a year in where you might be like, I don't need to talk about it at all.
Yeah.
But at that point, like you could have all these valuable insights that you just have the mental energy to talk about. So right now, the fact that we do, we're taking advantage of that to hopefully, inshallah, like help someone.
And it's also like you don't ever have to talk from a healed place.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, that's true.
I'm not healed, but I still really do feel like I have a lot of valuable insights that can help other women, that can help people understand like what divorce is.
Yeah.
People will see me for like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
They see me for 10 seconds and they're like, it's like you're like your old you again. They say that to me all the time. I get this every single time.
Yeah.
And it's genuinely
How does it make you feel when you hear that?
First of all, confused.
Yes. You're like, how do you get that vibe immediately?
But they see it in my face.
Yeah.
I think I understand what they're saying.
Yeah.
I don't have like a million things going on in my head all the time.
Yeah.
About managing emotions, managing relationships, managing behavior, managing myself.
Yeah.
That's gone.
Yes. So when your anxiety decreases, your brain is actually in a much calmer state.
Yeah.
And people can notice when
people can see it in your face like immediately.
Yeah. You can tell when someone is like really hotly wired because I was like that. Like I couldn't even have a good time because I was overly anxious.
Like we need to get back.
Yeah. I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do that. And you can never be present. And you'll notice that with like certain friends who are going through things is they're like a little bit checked out because they're like so stuck in like I don't know.
But they're trying so hard.
Yes.
And you can see that they're trying hard.
Yeah.
And they really want to be there.
Yeah.
That was me.
That was me too. That's why I know. It just makes you so much more empathetic because you've been there. I feel like a lot of what I've learned is approaching things with so much more compassion and understanding and like grace.
Yes.
Giving people grace.
Yep.
Even when like you don't feel like they did XYZ right or whatever, is like, what would, on the flip side, if I saw someone suffering, what would I have done? And you don't know, you don't really ever know the answer to that question.
Yeah. I've been getting like a couple of comments here and there about the person I was.
Yes.
And how did I get here? How did I let this happen to me?
Okay.
It's not like in the way that I'm saying it.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm implying.
Okay.
Like they'll say, I was really surprised.
Yeah. I got that a lot.
It's like it shouldn't happen to like women like us.
Yeah. That's a good springboard of a conversation, because there's a certain misconception that if you're religious, if you have a certain decorum to you, you're not like one of those different kinds of women, right? Like you're intelligent, you're educated, blah, blah, blah. Then the natural order of your life is like, happy husband, children, and alhamdulillah for people.
Good choices. Good choices in like your partner.
Yes, exactly.
Your partner would never do this to you. That's you're not, you would never let that happen. You would
never
say no.
Not only would you never let that happen,
leave.
You would leave, but also that like if something did happen, surely it was you who did something. Like they never really take the mirror back and look at the core of why something might have happened. And also, just because a woman is empowered and educated doesn't mean she can't be stripped of her agency.
Yeah.
Like we might have a certain outward facing, like a professional like element to us where we're like,
she's confident.
Yeah, she's confident. But you might be
she knows what she wants.
Doormat because you might have different kinds of traumas around like your relationship with men. Like I've got 3 brothers, so I have my relationship with men has changed so much because I was basically the third parent for all of my life. And I had, not only was that responsibility given to me, I'd also assumed that responsibility very naturally. And so my dynamic as like Aishah was very different to my dynamic in my household as Aishah,
Yeah.
And that will feed into how you pander and how you excuse things, et cetera, et cetera. But it's like, of course, things don't discriminate. Like even when I talk about mental health, it doesn't discriminate if you're like a 99 ATAR plus student, like I was, or if you're a mystery ATAR person. Like this stuff is like it cuts through every part of society, which is why I don't get why women are so like, I don't know, why we suffer in silence so much, because we're all in the same boat.
Yep. Yep.
You know what I mean? It doesn't discriminate.
It's a whole marriage.
Yes.
It's not like a random thing that
relationship
you can drop.
Yes.
In your like oh yeah, I can leave if I want to.
Yeah.
But is it really ever that easy? It's not.
No. And I think like Muslim women have like, like a trifecta of layers of leaving, right? There's a religious guilt, right? There's like the way that our religion talks about divorce, which is like, I'm not going to pretend to be a scholar, but there's certain religions that don't allow divorce at all. Like I think Catholicism doesn't have divorce at all, right? If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala really didn't want divorce to exist in our religion, he wouldn't make it exist in our religion, right? So it's a rahmah, right?
Yes.
And I think people think that by opting for it, you're opting for like the easier path or the, or the alternative is you're glamorizing leaving and you could have just worked a little bit harder.
I have so many opinions about that.
Yes, there are a lot of, there's so much to say.
There's a verse, if you choose to separate, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make like bounty, like he'll take care of both of you, essentially, to summarize it. And the post was saying that he is the Lord of marriages, but he is also the Lord of broken hearts that tried to stay.
Wow. That would make me cry.
Yeah, like it's so, our religion's so beautiful.
Yeah.
And Allah's so beautiful.
Yeah.
And it just makes so much sense.
Yeah.
I like to have a pillow on me.
Yeah, it's like a safety thing.
You know how I'm going to introduce you.
I don't know how you're going to introduce me.
I remember you.
No, not from school. No.
If you were to describe yourself How would you describe yourself?
How would I describe myself? I would say I'm a proud Fijian Indian woman, Muslim woman, and that I try to put as much as I can faith at the center of every form of like art that I do, whether it's Muslim Agenda, which is like, you know, Muslim Women's National Muslim Women's Organization, and we do like festivals and events, or whether it's poetry, or whether it's Mind If I Come, which is like a recently founded mental health initiative specifically for women, but it's inclusive of everybody. And I don't say this to a lot of people because I don't want people to feel stigmatized by coming, but the premise of it was actually like suicide prevention.
Yep.
And I know that makes it heavier, and people are like, I don't want to go there.
And I don't want people to think that I'm
suicidal and that's why I'm going. Because it's also not like, there's a lot of people that are like have corporate burnout, or like they're going through like loss in other ways, and they're like in these workshops. But that was the ethos on what it was founded on.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
So how's that going?
Really well.
Yeah.
Hands on that. By the end of the year, so like in 2 weeks, there'll be 10 workshops altogether. So basically did one every single week from launch. And people don't know this, like other than maybe like 3 of my close friends, but I did it intentionally like that to keep myself alive week by week.
SubhanAllah.
Like I was like, I need something to look forward to, otherwise I'm scared my ideation will come back. And I was like, but if I have a workshop that I have to plan and organize, and there's people anticipating it, and like I have to cancel, like the logistics of that is what kept me alive for a bit. And then eventually I just did it because I really enjoyed doing it.
Alhamdulillah. Do you feel like it's been healing for you?
Oh, yeah.
That's so good. That's the most important.
Helping is the biggest form of healing.
Stepping out of, you know, your own world.
I know.
And helping others.
And that's the only thing,
is what our deen tells us to do as well.
Exactly. It's khidmah.
Yeah.
It goes to the concept of like khidmah and service. But I think I did it because it's the only thing I knew how to do. Like, be in community. Yeah. Like, MA is all community. Bangsan, Poetry Slam is all community. Like, Madrasa is all community. So all I've ever known is anytime I feel a certain way, the pain, all of that has to serve a purpose to helping the community. So it's like I knew that it's the thing that made sense.
Did you feel like during you couldn't do that?
Oh, yeah. I couldn't even get myself out of bed.
Yeah.
We're not used to, as, you know, eldest daughter things, to be taken care of. We take care of people. So we have all this like dialogue in our heads about, I can't ask. I'd rather just do it myself, or rather just figure it out on my own. And that's a whole element of like letting community take care of you, or letting people take care of you. That is so hard to do. And we're not self-sufficient. We were not created to be self-sufficient. Like otherwise we wouldn't be like an ummah. Like we wouldn't be created, you know, in pairs, you know, like even the concept of marriage, like it exists and it serves a reason, you know, the same way the family unit does, the same way that like a village does, the same way that God, like I was teaching my madrasa students this a couple of weeks ago, but the Prophet ﷺ in his last sermon specifically said 2 salient things. First was treating women fairly and justly. And the second was that no person is above another person except in piety. Like I have created all these, Allah has created all these races, and not one race is above another except in piety and like in goodness.
And you know what the most beautiful thing about that is? If you for a second think that you're more pious than someone, you're immediately cancelled.
Yeah.
So genuinely, it's like, it's a very hard, like you have to just be a good Muslim.
Yeah.
And as soon as you're like, no, I feel like that's your ego.
That's your ego. That's your nafs.
Of course you're not better then.
Yeah.
So,
and it wasn't even, that's like, it shows you the level of people misinterpreting things. Like it's literally about anti-racism and supporting women's rights. And people are like, no, actually, it's about that we're better than other people because of our piety.
Yeah.
And you're like, you've lost all of like
everything that you've done for the sake of Islam has just gone out the window.
Yeah.
Good job.
But yeah, the reason I say I single that out is because we would have not been created in like so many races and so many colors and so many shades if we were not all meant to be connected by something and to take care of each other. you know? So
It's really
like,
beautiful.
I don't know, we've got like inbuilt systems of support to access, but also those systems of support have to be safe.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another thing that is just so deficient for women who are going through divorce is there might be systems of support, but they might not be also safe or accessible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When people are like, please let me know if you need me to do anything.
Yeah.
Like, like, just ask.
Yeah.
What do you say to that? I would be like, yeah, cool. That's nice, but also
I think
I'm not actually going to ask you.
Yes. I think that's creating a mental load. They have that thing where when like there's a husband and a wife and he's like, let me know if you want to do anything. Like if you need me to do this and this and this.
Just
like,
ask.
Just ask.
Yeah.
The helpful thing and the intuitive thing and the intelligent thing is to just do. Like anytime a friend of mine is sick or something's happening, I'm gonna say over my dead body. Like I can't make those jokes yet, but like you just turn up. You just turn up and you turn up with soup or you turn up with something or you send something. You like when someone is suffering, don't add to their suffering by giving them
Tasks.
a task to task back to you. Like don't make them feel like they need to delegate it back to you. And yes, it's like I want to know what you need. You're a human. Use your intuition. Literally use your God-given or like your societal given intuition. And it could be the smallest thing, but it just shows like a bit of thought. Like it could be anything.
Yep.
But people are so aimless. I'm like, I don't want to like breach it. Like they're all excuses. I'm sorry. Those are all excuses. I just don't know what to do. You know what to do. If someone had a physical ailment, how would you care for them? Same thing if you have like a mental ailment. Like same thing if you're going through divorce. Like, you know what I mean? I think people think it's so like touchy and sensitive. They rather just for their own guilt stay away from it completely.
Because they can't it's a lot.
It is a lot.
It's like, how do you support someone that's going through divorce?
You send them memes.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah. But not it depends.
Yeah, it depends.
Don't send me men are trash memes.
Yeah. Well, I didn't introduce you.
Oh yeah. I'm going through an identity crisis.
Yeah.
I don't know who I am.
You're a teacher. You're a poet.
Who's not teaching.
You're like one of the founders of the publication, which is an incredible like Muslim-centered news, alternative news media.
Yes.
Place.
Alhamdulillah. I think I am really, really in a stage where I just want to become.
Yeah.
Like I'm very excited. All the things that I said I was in my like youth and couldn't and did not have the time to really put energy into, I was kind of getting sick of saying to myself that I have potential.
Yes.
I could do it if I wanted to.
Yeah.
And now I'm just really, really wanting to, first of all, just be a good Muslim. And that's taking care of myself.
Yeah.
Like I am my own amana.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
making sure I'm eating right, praying right.
Yeah.
Exercising.
Yeah.
Literally just for the sake of being a good Muslim.
Yeah.
Like first and foremost, before a woman, before being like a Bengali, before being a daughter, before being a friend.
Yeah.
It's
your relationship with God. Yeah.
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 I need to be a good Muslim.
Yeah.
Because that is going to be
that'll send to you
everything else. It's it's going to become a part of everything else and improve everything else anyways.
Yeah.
So I guess that's where my brain is at. I do always have, I am a teacher. Inshallah, I'll go back to teaching as well. And I've just been throwing myself in my writing.
Yeah. And I love that.
It's really fun.
Yeah.
And I have not had any brain capacity to do that in the past like 4, 5, 6 years.
Yeah.
And it's been really, really rewarding.
Yeah.
Inshallah, it comes to something, but you know.
Yeah, like I think sometimes when you're in the thick of experiencing life, you don't get to sit and like let your creative energy bloom. And
I could not write.
I felt that a lot. Like I didn't write in a good period of my life.
Mm-hmm.
I had written like 2 poems, and before that period of my life, all I was doing was writing.
Yeah,
like all I was doing was writing, performing, featuring somewhere, or like doing something so creatively energizing, and it felt so devoid of my life. And you can tell, like, for creative people, if your energy isn't getting like nourished and watered, then that happens.
Yeah.
And as soon as you remove that, it all comes back. Like I feel like I'm so like full of creative ideas.
Yes.
It's like the toilet got unclogged. Literally. I don't know any other analogy to explain it, but
yeah. It's a season of your life as well.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, that you were able to come out of it.
Yeah.
And become creative again. Yeah. We're very blessed.
Yeah. I'm so lucky.
So lucky, alhamdulillah.
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
So yeah, I guess Muslim educator, writer.
Yeah, I like that. Muslim educator, writer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what else.
I'm sure you're going to add like a million other little things to it.
It's in the works.
Yeah.
So it's hush-hush for now.
Podcaster.
Oh my God, yes.
Ooh.
I really want, because I don't know, I think, again, it's one of those things, it's like I could do it if I wanted to, or like I really want to do it, but I don't know if I'd be great at it.
Yeah.
Or it's just that, like, what is controlling me? Like fear and anxiety. What would I do if fear and anxiety was not controlling me?
Yeah.
Like, what decisions would I be making?
Yeah.
That's shout out to my psych. She really helped me with that.
Oh my God.
But like, if I wasn't functioning from a place of fear,
yeah,
like instead, how could I function from a place of my values?
Ooh. Like let that be the thing that fuels you constantly.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's actually one of the biggest things I had to internalize to make the decision to leave. Because, oh God, I might cry.
No, I'm here.
Yeah, thank you. Genuinely, like, I think I was functioning always from a place of anxiety, from a place of fear. Like, if I did this, this would happen. If I didn't do this, then this would happen.
Yeah.
And I was really, that's what I mean when, or maybe that's what people say when they said that I was losing myself.
Yeah.
Because I could never function from what I actually wanted to do.
Yeah.
It was too much energy to be myself.
Yeah. Yeah. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah. Like, it was genuinely survival. Mm-hmm. What can I do to survive?
Yeah.
And I didn't even know I was doing that.
Yeah.
You don't realize.
You can't see yourself outside of you. Other people probably can. And they're like, she's so embroiled in it, I don't even know how.
People just had to let me.
Yeah. Figure it out on your own.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
And alhamdulillah for my friends that they never like held it against me or pressured me.
Yeah.
They were so gentle with me.
Yeah.
I can understand like their frustration. But yeah, it's genuinely only a decision that you yourself can make. Like,
oh yeah.
Nobody else.
Yeah. Even if people would advise you, and it takes a lot for a woman. Especially, like, when I say a woman, I honestly just mean women like us. Women like us to leave. So if we do, it means something. Like, it has, like, weight to it.
Yeah.
We're not, like, we're the kinds of women, and I don't even say this with a pat on the back, like, or a sense of ego, but, like, we nurture things. We're, like, you know, we're so, like, we're hardworking by nature. Like, of course we're going to want to do everything. But there is lines, and there are limits to people's patience and limits to people's like even willpower. Like I had a lot of things which I'm not even allowed to talk about. A lot of things happened to me, and I had a seismic slap from Allah Subhanahu wa Taala to make the decision that I made. And if not for that, I would probably still be in it.
Yep.
But sometimes, because like I don't know, this probably will go into a little bit like into our discussion, but it's not that I'd over romanticized marriage. I think I was intelligent enough to be like, I know that it's hard. I know that there's up and downs. Yes. I'm willing to take someone if they're sick or if they're broke or if they're this. Like I'm an endurant person in that sense where I don't expect things to be rainbows and butterflies. A lot of my aunties had been through DV relationships, had been through cheating in their marriages. They'd been through like a lot of like struggle in their marriages. So it's not like I was blinded by like what the reality of things can look like. But it also showed me, especially in like the more extreme circumstances, when people should have actually left before they had children, before like, you know, the situation became unsafe for someone else, etc. And beyond that, I had family law background, so I knew like the different forms of things that can exist in a marriage that is not okay. And so like despite knowing all that, I was still naive about love. Like I literally, this is like being very candid, but spoke to one person and got married to them. That's literally like, I had such a strong purity complex because I was raised in a very religious household and I had very religious values. And so I'm like, oh, like I'm doing this for the right reason. I'm choosing someone that meets X, Y, and Z. It's not like I'm being aimless in my decision making.
Yep.
But you don't know what Allah has in store for you. And you also don't know why he has it in store for you. Even after, like, I can probably understand now, like, things have to happen for your character to shift, etc. But you can make all the right decisions and come from, like, all the right mental places, and you can still have things happen to you.
Yes.
That's what people are so uncomfortable. That really breaks a lot of people's reality, especially when they try to raise, like, righteous daughters or righteous sons, and they're like, if they do everything right, then right will happen to them. You don't know Allah's plan. You don't know God's plan. You don't know why that plan happens. And it's not a deficiency on a person when things happen to them.
Yeah.
It's a deficiency on someone else, but also beyond that, it's God's plan.
Alhamdulillah. Yeah. I feel like for me, I feel like you said it was a seismic slap.
Yeah.
It was really intense for you.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. Mine, I always say that it was like a gentle like slap on the wrist.
Okay.
That's what it felt like for me, but not only because before I got married, I did not consult Allah. I did not know how to.
Yeah.
I wasn't in the place.
Yeah.
I wasn't in that place. And so that's why I always say, like, it wasn't a punishment for me. Because it brought me closer to Allah at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And also, you know, like in the middle of it, I was thinking, oh my God, if I leave this marriage, being really candid, am I going to lose my connection with Allah?
Yeah, wow.
Because this is like, it wasn't because, it was kind of in spite, because I was like, I need to survive in some way. Like I latched onto deen in that time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, if I'm not going through this, then am I going to be distant again?
Yeah.
Am I going to lose the connection?
Yeah.
But then I started to become a lot more confident in my own deen and my own iman, that then it started to get flipped.
Yeah.
Then it was like, oh, if I stay, I won't ever have a spiritual connection ever again.
Yeah,
it will
you'll
be
lose
lost.
faith. Yeah.
I'll lose faith.
Yeah.
Like there's only so much that a person can go through.
Yeah.
When they start like getting over and over again, it's natural to then become numb.
Yeah.
And when you become emotionally numb, you become spiritually numb.
That's so true.
Like there is no way for you to be like have a connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala if you're always emotionally numb and you're so hard and you have to like hold it in all the time. How the hell are you going to like pray with ghusl on time?
These are not the things that people talk about when they educate young women on what a healthy marital life looks like, right? They talk about, safety is important and financial security is important and blah, 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 blah. Do you feel like you will stay being God-centered with someone XYZ, like whatever their characteristic is? Because that's your propellant of life, right? Did anyone tell me that? Actually, also, maybe my dad had said that to me.
Deen and character are two different things.
Because people can be practicing,
do all the right things,
black and white, but also like
follow it to a T,
not understand the essence of it, or not be connected to the essence.
Sometimes it really just doesn't pierce the heart.
You could do everything checklist.
Yes.
But also, does faith drive your decisions? and the way that you operate in the world. Like, it's not one of those things.
When times are hard.
When times are hard.
Not when times are easy.
Yes, absolutely. Like, do you uphold the rights of women when you are in a difficult situation? That's when it's important.
Yeah. When you're like broke.
Yeah.
Do you still uphold the financial rights? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know? Like
I don't know why we're laughing, but I think I know. Yeah.
we're like
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's when times are tough.
Yes.
And also
That's
just
when
like
it counts.
your ego as well. Like
Yeah.
it just because your ego is saying that, or even like the insecurity.
Yeah.
Is telling you not to do something.
Yeah.
Can your faith break through that?
Yeah. And is your faith just the exterior of you, or is it the interior of you? And that's something that young women need to learn when they try and find spouses, is don't just look for the things on paper. I know this is a much harder thing to ascertain, but you'll need like your wali or like someone else around to help you with this. But knowing if someone abides by their values internally, like, is who they are in their public life the same person who they are in their private life? Because that's going to be, the private life is where you're going to be living in.
You're going to be in it.
You're going to be in it, in the thick of it.
Yes.
So that's how you figure out if you're with a fraud or not. Like, you
also,
know?
never trust what a man says. Sorry.
Yeah.
Interview everyone around them.
But the thing is, like, some people are so, like, sometimes you can do, so there's always more due diligence you can do.
Yes.
But people who hide their lives
will hide it with everybody.
So you can never really know. Yeah. Sometimes they're hiding their true essence even from themselves.
Yes, you're so right. It's so true.
Because they have guilt and shame and like sin and all this stuff around it that like they don't even know what they're doing. Actually, that lets them off the hook. They know what they're doing. They just don't want to do anything about it.
So the question then comes back to, can faith break through?
Yeah.
Because that's what it's there for.
That's what iman
is there for. Yeah. It's there to be a compass, a tether, an anchor.
Yeah.
Right? You need...
It's like a tool.
How much do you care about your akhirah? Mm-hmm. How much do you love God?
How much do you care about God that it will supersede all of this unexcusable behavior that you could possibly do?
Because it happens.
Yeah.
And people fall into dark places.
Yeah. But do they have the right tether?
Yes.
Yeah. Also, I think people not only have, I say people, but in this context we are talking about men. But we could be talking about any.
Honestly, I'm talking about myself as well.
Actually, yeah. This is an indiscriminate thing, but it's not just a God deficiency. It can also just be an identity deficiency, like a psychological deficiency. Like, are they childhood wounds and like complexes you haven't dealt with before you enter into a marriage? And with women, as young girls especially, you actually need to be able to fully decenter men to be able to be in a healthy relationship, because then your entire orbit is surrounded by this person. And when you untether and you get to our place where you untether, if you don't have things around you like hobbies, interests, friends, circles, like things that give you agency and purpose and meaning, you will lose all of it. And I know unfortunately, so many women who have completely lost themselves post-divorce because they were so centered around the men. So I would urge like girls to get educated, like, you know yourself really, really well, so that even if you do encounter a particular kind of person, it's you that's different. Yeah. It's you that's stronger, and it's you that's like, you know what I mean?
I don't even know if people talk about this, but I feel like I did that.
Yeah.
And I
feel like I did that too.
I think it's candid. This is really candid, but I think I did it to find a good partner.
Yeah.
I actually maybe centered men subconsciously in everything I did. Not to say that those things didn't give me joy.
Yeah.
But I think in the back of my head, I was always like, this can be on my biodata.
Oh my God, I had this conversation with my friend yesterday, but so much of our Muslim women identity is tied to marriageability.
Yes. That's what I'm talking to.
Yeah.
And how do you break out of that? Well, now I feel like maybe, inshallah, I've broken out of that. Because I understand that nobody is accountable for myself but myself. At the end of the day, I'm going to have to be answering for everything. So maybe I've broken, but I've had to like go through a marriage and a divorce to maybe understand that. But yeah, what do you?
Yeah, it's a good question. I remember when I first started like performing poetry, and this was previous to being married. And people would come and ask for they'll try to ask for my hand. And then eventually at some point, well, I never wanted to get married really young. So I was never interested anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But the one resounding thing that would keep coming up is like, she's a bit too vocal. Like she's a bit too like out there. Like I was like, maybe I should do less. Like maybe I shouldn't, you know. And I had just performed in Town Hall. This was I think 2018. Yeah, I think 2018. It was like a really big, like one of the Grand Slams. And someone had specifically sent a photo of me to my mum. And I was like in the middle of like speaking. So like I looked a little bit aggressive, but I was performing and they were like, see, like if she wasn't like this, like if she was a bit more like demure or whatever, like then I would be interested for my son or whatever. Anyway, I looked at my mum and I was like, as long as by the eyes of God, I'm not doing anything wrong, I'm not going to change. I'm not going to change the essence of me as long as it aligns by my faith and my values, because whoever is for me will embrace that and not try and like negate that part of my personality.
Yes.
Like there are so many incredibly, I don't think there's enough literature study in Islamic schools, but also in the community about the incredible amount of Muslim women. Like Khadija radiallahu anha, Aishah Ali was a poet.
I think about
like my namesake was a poet.
Oh,
you know what I mean? And she was a scholar, you know? And I'm going to be
I think about Hafsa radiallahu anha all the time.
And so like where is this image of like if you have any sort of like outward facing life or you have any sort of like presence or vocality to, you are not marriageability because you are not. Who says that you can't go into a household and also still be in your feminine energy? I think we're forced as women to be in our hypermasculine because a lot of men actually want to be women these days. I think a lot of men actually want to be princesses these days. And I say that with my full chest, but because I genuinely believe that.
Emotionally as well as physical.
Emotionally, financially, like we have reached this very interesting era of the world where like it's like men have realized that women were having it, like could have it good, and so they want that, but like that's, you are not a woman. You know? But we're forced to be hypermasculine.
Yes.
But do we want to be in our nature? That's not part of our feminine nature. No, not in our like nurturing at home nature. Doesn't mean you can't be that in every other facet of your life. But I think trusting in God that if I live authentically and live it aligned, like my fitra is like aligned to God, then it doesn't matter what I do. Yeah, it'll still be marriageability worthy. People are like people would be saying to me, don't do law, because if you do law and you become a lawyer, then your pool of guys will limit because you'll be too the amount of times I would hear, you're too intimidating, or like you're too this, or don't study too much because then like if you're too academic, then like it's going to be even harder to find someone who's even, why isn't there someone who is more educated than me? Like why is it that the better of a whole person you become, the less potentials you have? Like surely there'd be someone to rise up to the challenge, you know what I mean? And also we sometimes encourage the smallness of women because then we're like it's easier for them to be married off, but then that is the same thing that reduces their agency when they end up in DV marriages. Because they're like, I couldn't get too educated because it wasn't going to be good.
I think I also internalized that being less is what I need to be in order to be a wife.
Yeah.
How crap is that?
I know.
I don't know who told me that.
Yeah.
But I internalized it.
It's also a little bit of like a South Asian thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It goes into like different kinds of complexes because there's a religious layer to it too. You're like,
yes.
I have to be, religiously we have to be obedient. I'm not going to deny that. But there's a lot of like, where it comes from is really important. Does it come from like protection? Does it come from control? Does it come from like...
Yes, the intentions.
The intention behind it. Like, yeah, there's a lot of like layers to it. And so sometimes as a woman, you can't even like, you're like, yeah, I'm just being obedient. I'm just being obedient.
I guess I have to be low-key now.
People, but like it's weaponized against women, that word obedience is very different to servitude. Those are two different things. And my dad taught me that.
So what's the difference?
Servitude is in the word. Servitude. Serve. Like servant.
Yes.
Like you are a utility. You are a utility that I control. Like,
right.
And if it goes back to like, if someone is faith-centered and really, honestly, truly faith-centered, they will never do that to a woman. Use religion as a tool of control. So
only for protection.
Only for protection.
Protect me.
Yeah.
I just want to be protected, man.
Protected.
I would love to be protected.
You don't want to be chained.
Yes.
Yeah. Those are different things. And I think that men don't even have good role models to embody what that even looks like.
Yeah.
You know?
Protection could just be control to them.
Yes. Anytime, like, with my madrasa students, I'm like, what would the Prophet ﷺ do? Do you think he would do that? Like, that's not even that hard. He was the kindest, most humblest, like, gentlest, you know, like, nurturing. And, like, I remember I used to say this to someone in particular, and they were like, but I'm not. I'm like, I'm not saying be that, but be inspired by that.
But then look at Abu Bakr radiallahu anh. Look at Uthman radiallahu anh. Look at Umar. They all had different temperaments.
Yeah.
It's not a coincidence that each of them are like the exact different temperaments that we can draw from and draw inspiration from.
Yeah.
If you don't feel like you're, you know, that type of person, there's another person in history that was exactly like you.
Yeah.
Tap into that.
But that's the thing. When you're not faith-centered, you are just...
You don't know. Untethered.
Yeah. And you're like, that's just my person... It's just my personality.
And also, if people knew more about the wives of the Prophet, like if people knew more about Hafsa radiallahu anh, and how she was literally her father's daughter, and she was like Prophet ﷺ divorced her, and guess who vouched for her? The Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala literally vouched for her, so she's a good Muslim woman. Like, take her back. That says a lot. So please don't ever think that, you know, you're too much. Or you have to be less in order to be a good wife. It's just really not how it works. And we have to internalize that.
And even, like, I think about it, if you had children, wouldn't it be better for your children if you were a more well-rounded person? Like, if you were the kind of mother who doesn't have a complex that you haven't gone and lived out, you know, the deep, like, aching parts of your dreams and your aspirations, wouldn't that transmit into how you raise your kids and the things that they learn about themselves about actualizing their dreams?
That's a whole other thing.
Like, sure. And if you shut off all that parts of you, you're teaching them to shut off those parts of them. And if you accept certain behavior from someone, you show
no matter what you say.
No, they'll see it. And I've seen this in action, like live in action, where when women have stayed in certain situations, their children have ended up in similar situations because while trying to unlearn, they have ended up in the same orbit. So the choices, like, I think that these choices that we've made, inshallah, and I pray like it's done with like a lot of barakah and blessing, but they teach our future children a lesson on things. I'm just gonna be generic about it, but like a lesson on things. It's a protection for our future and a protection for them as well.
It's also like if I wasn't comfortable with my friends going through what I'm going through.
Exactly.
It's like friends, and like if I had a daughter and they were going through this, would I be okay with it? The answer would always be no. With friends as well, like it's hard to actually, you can know this, you can be in a cognitive dissonance.
Yes, absolutely.
Like when people ask, like, when did you know to leave? A while ago. Is my answer.
Immediately.
I knew a while ago. I was trying to fight it. And I knew all of these things, and I was trying so hard to internalize all of these things, but I couldn't live by my values. I was struggling to live and actually make decisions according to my values because I was always functioning from a place of fear.
You're living in your nervous system and not in the world.
And that's why it's so hard to, like, if people don't really understand, if they're asking, why didn't they leave? Like, what made you stay?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. You're not in your logical mind. Like, there's this thing, I was doing it in one of my, like, earlier little subjects, but basically when you're going through anxiety and stress, I think you're in your amygdala, like you're in your fight and flight. So your brain cognitively is not in the prefrontal cortex, which is where the logical decision making happens. Your brain is in the amygdala, so it cannot think logically. You are all emotion. So, like, you can be a logical facing person, you can be an intelligent person, you can be like educated person,
confident person,
but you can be, but your brain, because of its trauma, is in its amygdala. There's a science to it too, like, you know, like a lot of people really, and I remember when I was doing family law, there was this, like, all these discussions about, like, the battered women syndrome, right? Like, even in my law classes, and they would not understand how a woman who was going through a DV relationship is still staying with that same person. Because to them, they're like, if I get hit once, or if this happens to me once, that's it, I'm gone.
But everyone will say that.
Everyone will say that.
As if you're going to be like, oh, yeah, I would stay in, like, I would stay in
no one thinks that they would stay. But also, abuse can look like, this is from a family law perspective, abuse isn't just physical, it's psychological, it's economic. I was at a forum literally last week on economic.
Arise Foundation,
yes,
shout out.
Shout out Arise Foundation on economic abuse, like familial abuse, like taking you away from your family, isolating you. It's the ambit is so wide for what is considered DV, but beyond that, like in that class, people just didn't understand the amygdala concept. People, when they're in that kind of abuse, they're not even in their logical brain, and they can be in their logical brain at work. They can be in their logical brain in every sense, but when they're in their relationship, in their home, they're in their amygdala, they're in their fight and flight. People don't understand trauma bonds. People don't also understand, like, the level of cultural and religious layers of control we can have. If you leave, this is a perception, especially for women. The perception of divorcees is horrid. Like, horrid. You're basically like expired milk. That was what I was learning when I was young. You're basically expired milk. Anyone who got a divorce, oh my God, they got a divorce. Oh my God, she, like, what was wrong with her? It's always what was wrong with her. You learn all of that.
Yes, you internalize
So you're like, oh, like, even if I was going through something, I have to make it work. Otherwise, I'm going to cop it, like, from not only the religious side of, like, you know, this is a failure on you, you're now, like, used, but the cultural side, which is you lose I had a prodigal image.
Yes.
And I'm like, that's just going to get, like, tarnished.
Yeah.
Because people see divorce as a failure. And if you've been the kind of person who's been achieving, it's like, it just takes away from all of your credibility that you've worked. So, like, I'm just going to stay. I'm going to stay and make it work, even if you're suffering. And that's why people stay. That's why people say, like, that's why battered women syndrome exists, right? People don't understand any of that. They're like, she has no agency. Like, it's her fault because she's still choosing to be in it.
She's choosing to be in it.
And we're talking about, like, women in like non-third world countries. If you take it back and we think about women in third world countries, they are financially reliant. All of their systems of support are through their husband. They might have not got an education. Like, they might have already children at that point. So, like,
this is like, we're not even talking about.
Yeah, we're not even talking about that.
Yeah, that's a whole
other thing.
We're just literally talking about
as
this context.
As, like, privileged women.
Educated, privileged women.
Like,
quiet. You know, I have we have supportive families, all of that.
If people can't demonstrate empathy to these kinds of women, like to those kinds of women, who are they going to show empathy for these kinds of women?
Yeah.
They're like, see, because she was loud, because she didn't go to the gym, or because of blah, 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 blah. And I don't know societally why the mirror is, like, so hyper flipped on, like, what she did wrong. And also sometimes women have that. I think women naturally sometimes have a bit of internalized misogyny.
Yeah. Especially if you don't have
lived experience.
Support from the men in your family as well. In the sense of, like, it's not your fault.
Yes.
Because, again, as the eldest daughter.
Yeah.
Why didn't you guide?
Yeah.
Like, all you have to do is guide.
Yeah.
It's like, I've been trying.
Yeah, but also
I'm struggling.
You were also not... You are a wife and not a mother. Those are two completely different things.
Yes.
And when you put someone in their mothering energy, you're also putting them into their masculine, especially if it's from a wife to a husband.
Really expecting feminine nature.
Yeah.
While I'm constantly in my masculine.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, then I start blaming myself.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, okay, then why can't I be?
Yeah.
Why can't I just be that feminine?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why can't I just listen?
Yeah. And why can't you be? I don't know. Like, why isn't you being you enough for someone to change? That's really a whole other conversation, which is about like our marriage being a testament to our self-worth, and it's not. It's not. Like a failure in a marriage, and I say failure in quotations, is not a testament to a woman's self-worth or her value.
Yeah.
Because I think when women get married, all of a sudden society respects them because they like have a semblance of normalcy. Oh, you've like ticked that on, you got your
You kind of feel it yourself as well.
Yeah. You feel like, oh, like I'm doing all the right stepping blocks. Your life started long before that. And your life should stay active long after that. Like that's not when your life becomes entertaining. Yeah. And I think we have that because as Muslim women, you're like, you can only start exploring the world once you're married or blah, blah, blah.
There's a lot of boundaries.
There's a lot of boundaries. Yeah. Especially if you're in a super traditional, like culturally traditional and religiously traditional family. Like I was in that too. So I still feel like I did a lot. I did whatever I could with whatever I had. I was extremely resourceful and I still am. People think that I have like an unfettered amount of freedom. You don't know anything.
Yeah.
That's what I say is I do things but not despite in terms of rebellion, but I
challenge.
Yes. Always like to end things on like a kind of semi-positive note.
So Aisha asked, mind if I come?
Yeah.
On your page.
Actually, no, I asked it on my personal page.
Oh, did you?
I should have asked it on my Mick, actually.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
So you asked what was like
what are you itching to know about like divorce or mental health or whatever? And there was a few questions, but the one that we'll focus on to kind of close this out is are you still hopeful to remarry after divorce? And yeah, like would you consider it?
We don't believe in but we believe in God.
Yeah.
And I have faith in Allah.
Yeah.
And I have faith in Allah's plan.
Yeah.
And that outweighs everything else.
Yes, absolutely.
Alhamdulillah.
Like, do I have faith in the quality of potentials and prospects?
From what you've seen?
No.
Not really.
No, not really. But also, like, I've learned not to trust in people and to trust in God.
Because Allah can create miracles.
Yes.
And Allah can move mountains.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're asking for a miracle.
Yeah. But also, like, we're also still in, like I'll speak for myself, but you're still in, like, bits of trauma. So, like, you can't actually accept a love that you're not ready to accept. It's not that I'm hopeful and I'm so excited to get remarried. I'm excited for God's plan, for whatever that is.
Exactly. And I'm really excited. A lot of people say like decenter men.
Yeah.
I think personally in my life, for whatever reason, I have centered men. In a lot of my decisions, in a lot of like the way I look. And there's always been waves of centering and recentering and decentering. Like when I put my hijab on when I was 15 years old, that moved mountains for me because all of a sudden I wasn't performing for a male gaze at that teenage ages, like things like that. So like I have been going through this, like my personal journey. And now I can safely feel like I actually am not centering this kind of that marriageability, that I have to be this person just to get married.
Yes, you have to perform a certain way to get married, yeah.
I'm genuinely just being. It's so nice.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
It's really, really freeing.
It's so freeing.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, it's not even, like, because, you know, we're talking about faith-centered here, right? So you're not doing it for yourself.
Yeah.
What's it, that Western idea of, like, put yourself first.
Yeah.
It's genuinely put yourself first for the sake of Allah.
Yeah.
It's genuinely that. And it's the only way that functions. Like the only way that you can put yourself first in a healthy way, like without centering your ego.
Yeah.
And falling down those kind of rabbit holes.
It's to stay aligned with your values.
And your fitrah.
Your religious values, yeah.
So what does that look like? That looks like, you know, every choice that you make, inshallah, it's
guided by that.
It's guided by Allah. It's your anchor. Knowledge, like throwing yourself into more knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Yeah.
And learning.
Yeah. Yeah. Getting yourself more religiously, spiritually, emotionally, psychologically educated.
Yeah. And also just having creative freedom.
Yeah.
And that's also why I wanted to do this.
Yeah. Creative freedom.
Always functioning from a place of values rather than a place of fear and anxiety.
Yes.
If you did not have fear and anxiety, what would you be doing right now?
Yes.
How would you make your decisions day to day? That's
the way that I've been living my life over the last months.
And you have achieved, mashallah, so much.
Yeah.
And I look at that and I'm like, that's a girl who's not being driven by fear and anxiety.
Yeah.
If you ever need an example, like genuinely, like you're an inspiration.
Oh.
But because you don't function from that.
Yeah, not anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
But you've learnt.
Yeah.
And you've made that hard decision to be like, okay, I'm not going to function from that anymore. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anyone favors.
Yeah.
They're not the people around you that you're even trying to serve in doing that.
And you're also disaligned from your fitrah, like your divine purpose, when you are living out what you're made to do. You'll feel it destroyed in your soul when you're not doing what you're meant to be doing.
Exactly.
Yeah. And you feel alignment in your soul when you're doing what you're meant to be doing. Like you'll be able to back yourself. Like that's why people are like, aren't you scared? People blah, 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 aren't you da, 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 da? And I'm like, no, because I know and I feel so aligned with what I'm doing, and I know what purpose I'm doing it for. I could care less. So that's our closing. Closing thoughts.
Yeah.
There's so much more that could be spoken about.
And if you enjoyed this and you want more, and if you have like pressing questions, please ask us.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see where this takes us. Inshallah, it's filled with barakah wherever it goes. And we hope that it's helped in some way.
Yeah. It's added a little, tea to your life.
Yeah, tea. Yep.
Literally.